Hi, this is RJ Williams Jr. with Think Tank Products and the EuroWhipp Recipe of the Month. This month we are going to make some homemade fresh mayonnaise because my tuna fish is so dry. I don't want dry tuna fish. So now your tuna fish salads are going to be moist and delicious, and you won't have to choke on them, and you also won't have to clog your arteries with all that nasty, disgusting, unpronounceable preservatives that they put in the store-bought mayonnaise that'll last 15 years because they think that there's some nuclear holocaust coming where they need to use all these nasty ingredients to keep it that long because you have it in your bomb shelter. No. We want nice, fresh, close to nature, natural ingredients. And here's what we're going to use. An egg. If you're worried about the pasteurization proclamation, you can substitute your regular egg for some egg beater product. Not a problem, it works the same way. But you need one large egg. Now, anything acidic, you can use white wine vinegar, you can use champagne vinegar. A friend of mine uses lemon juice, a few spoonfuls of that, or a tablespoon of cream of tartar. Tablespoon of lemon juice or white wine vinegar, whichever way you want to go with it. That is your option. That's up to your taste. For this recipe, I'm going to use white wine vinegar. Also, we have extra virgin olive oil and vegetable oil. And you're going to use a Dijon mustard, but all I had was yellow mustard in the fridge, so just pretend. And of course, your kosher salt, and that is it. So let's get started. Now the EuroWhipp is a lot faster than the electric mixer, plus you don't have to plug it in, so this is going to be a great alternative to your immersion blender that we would normally use for this product. This is just 1 tablespoon of white wine vinegar, just a touch more because it wasn't totally full. So 1 tablespoon of white wine vinegar and about 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Okay, and then we are going to crack our egg into there without getting any shells because I'm a pro. Ah, hole in one. Swoosh! You can't see it, but I made it. Now, we are going to mix this and pulverize this egg until you see it mixed. And then once it's mixed up, you're going to mix in your oils very, very slowly. So while I mix here, I'm going to measure out, because I'm ambidextrous, 1/2 cup of that, which is regular old vegetable oil. Good, perfect. And then we've got our extra virgin olive oil here. You can use any kind of oil you want. This is also a taste thing. This is my recipe. And you use an oil that has as little taste as possible so you can flavor it up to your liking. But whatever oil you like, not a problem. So there is 1 cup total. And now we have mixed this pretty good. And you can see it's really liquidy. Okay, it's not thickened yet. The oil is going to take care of that. So I'm going to add in a little bit of mustard now. Whoop. The EuroWhipp is brake resistant. So a little bit of mustard. Pretend this is Dijon mustard. Regular yellow mustard works as well, any kind of mustard, but Dijon mustard is the tastiest. And we're going to mix that in so it's going to become dark yellow. And now that we've got all of our other ingredients in there, we are going to slowly add the oil. And this should take probably about 60 seconds for you to add that oil really slowly. And if you're worried about your arteries clogging, this oil is natural. It's not going to clog your arteries quite as fast as all the nasty stuff that they use at the supermarket. Just because the bottle has a leaf on it and it's green doesn't mean it's good for you. All right, folks? You want to see to believe, and you need to know what's going into your body. So I'm still adding oil, and I'm doing that very slowly, very patiently. If you add too fast, it won't work. So you've got to be patient with the adding of the oil. Now, once it's all added, then you're going to go for maybe another minute and just measure the consistency of it, and you can see it's thickening up already. But you can measure the consistency of this by, one, looking visually and seeing whether it's separating or not. See on the top, you got a little bit of separation. That means you got to keep mixing before you add more. So you're just going to continuously add very, very slowly, just to trickle in until you've got 1 full cup added. And then at the end of that process, we are going to continue to mix it for about another minute until it's really hard to push down on the EuroWhipp. The EuroWhipp will slow down as this thickens, and you'll notice that it's a lot harder to spin. Once that happens, you're done. So we are halfway there now, and we have just finished adding all of the oil. And I'm going to go for about another minute, and this will be your mayonnaise. And it is getting a little bit harder to push down, so we know we're getting there. And look at the consistency now. You can see that shape, that beginning of those peaks, that little flower formation. That's a good sign. It's thickening up. Now you can go as long as you want on this, and you can thicken it up to whatever point you like. This is already an acceptable thickness right here. You could mix this with your tuna. You can put this on sandwiches right now. But I like to have it a little bit thicker. So let's continue until we've got a consistency that we like. Until you see a hole dug down to the bottom. That's how I like mine. Really, really thick and really delicious. Really natural and really good for you. And you can tell people that you made this fresh. Now, if you have a lot of these things taking up space in your refrigerator on the door, you can make this fresh. If you want to make a tuna fish sandwich, or if you want to make any kind of chicken salad sandwiches, egg salad sandwiches, you can use this and you can make this right on the spot. It'll be fresh, and that's what we like for our cooking. We like the freshest ingredients possible. This is going to make a great addition to any of your recipes because it is 100% natural and fresh. So if you're saying that you have a homemade recipe from scratch, this is going to be to the letter. Now look at the consistency now while I've been yapping. This is so thick that you're going to see that flower formation really pronounced. Look at that. Okay? And you can keep going. It'll keep thickening up. And I'm going to keep going just to show you how thick this can get.